What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Self-Reflection Sundays with Lauryn Nichole, where every Sunday I basically take a look at myself in the mirror and I really just reflect on the type of week I've had, anything that I can work on, any triggers that I may have had, to really just address anything that could have happened in my week. Whatever that may be, this is the time for me to self-reflect on it, take accountability or acknowledgement so that I can work on it and move forward. This week has definitely been a really rough week. I honestly had a rough month. I've had a good month, but a rough month. I'm personally still working on trying to regulate my emotions and really still trying to figure out how to cope. And of course, music is one way that I cope, but sometimes music doesn't always work. For me personally, I deal with really bad intrusive thoughts, racing thoughts, OCD, and it really affects my daily life. It's really bad, unwanted thoughts. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that, and please let me know in the comments if you ever experience intrusive thoughts, because if you have experienced it, you know that it feels like you're in a mental torture, mental prison in your own mind. It just feels like a constant toxic cycle that I can't seem to filter out how to break out of. So I've been really just having a hard time stopping unwanted thoughts or stopping my mind from going, especially in stress situations. It's very easy for me to be triggered, and I'll go into a intrusive thought panic attack or just an anxiety attack in general. And a lot of people think anxiety attacks look like hyperventilating and your chest hurting, but you could be having a mental anxiety attack too. Yeah, y'all, it's been rough. I had a breakdown last night for 2 hours, just bawling my eyes out because intrusive thoughts have just been really hard. When anxiety is something that feels like instead of you having control over it, it has control over you. And like I said, I've been in therapy for 10 years and have learned specific tools on certain things, but that specific topic is something that no one has really ever gave me coping mechanisms on. So yeah, it's been really hard trying to navigate it, trying to figure it out, and trying to stop my mind from running, especially when things like that happen. It's we try to resist it because we just want it to stop. And when you resist it, it just continues and it continues to the point where I can't even focus anymore because my thoughts are just all over the place in no man's land. So yeah, that's been really hard for me, but I'm really learning to be gentle with myself. I'm learning to give myself grace and not put so much pressure on myself to figure it all out and to fix it and to just know what to do. It even got so bad, I was I don't want to talk about this with anyone because it's too embarrassing, it's too shameful. And the things that my mind just does, it gets exhausting to even talk about. So I convinced myself that I wasn't going to talk about it with anybody anymore, and that led me down an even deeper, darker hole. And I didn't realize it, but I wasn't really regulating. I was regulating, but I was also having a level of suppression because I was regulating it, but I wasn't talking about it. And sometimes to properly regulate, you have to talk about it to get it out so that you know how to process it going forward. And your girl wasn't doing that. Your girl was struggling, okay? But that's okay. I'm learning too that like I said, I'm about to be 21. I'm a young woman still. I'm still figuring it out. So yeah, that's been my week. Definitely please let me know in the comments if you've ever dealt with intrusive thoughts, racing thoughts, OCD, anything like that, anxiety, depression. Please let me know in the comments, because another thing that makes me feel trapped is because I feel so alone in the things that I go through. Especially that's something I've never told anybody, by the way, except my mother and some of my therapists. So I'm telling you guys on social media now. Gotta acknowledge it to move on. It does help when other people experience it too, and it kind of just makes you feel like you're not insane. Because sometimes I feel insane in the things that I go through, and I'm just weird or not normal. If you've experienced intrusive thoughts, racing thoughts, OCD, anxiety, panic attacks, please, I want you to know that you aren't alone, and that it's actually so much more common than you think, and that honestly probably your next door neighbors and your best friends probably experience it the same way too. That's my self-reflection Sunday. I hope that this inspires you to do a self-reflection Sunday too. And know that it's okay to face yourself. It's not easy to look at yourself in the mirror. It's not easy to face your vulnerabilities and face your traumas, but I do believe it's necessary for healing and for growth and evolution. And you kind of just have to experience temporary uncomfort for longevity kind of growth. Well, I'm Lauryn Nichole, and this is Self-Reflection Sunday. Let me know what your Self-Reflection Sunday is in the comments. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for listening to me, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye.
I don't fit in, I stand out. In my own lane, my own route. Don't care about opinions of the crowd, no matter how loud.